Morning. Welcome back to the series. I think we'll call this one, Why Would Atlas Shrug? You guys ever see this book yet? Atlas Shrugged. Great whole concept. Interesting concept by Ayn Rand. Back in the Depression era times, when the economy was much like our own today, but lots worse. Anyway. The government was getting involved in all of the industrialists and the businesses affairs, and a guy named John Galt goes around the world to all of the great business leaders and convinces them to leave, to just go on strike and head to a valley where they could live their lives talking to each other in peace and happiness forever. Why would Atlas ever do that? I asked myself a long time ago. That's not what Atlas would do. Ayn Rand should have known. Atlas wouldn't have just left, laid down, played dead, gone on strike. Atlas doesn't strike. Atlas doesn't shrug. So it's a simple thing for a simple plan. Because see, what Atlas would do, see, I created a new one in 2005, and let's say that instead of John Galt, we had Will Galt. And Will had a new idea for the business leaders, and his idea was, let's get it together, merge our interests together, all the best and greatest and brightest, create a single enterprise of us with our own competition, because we don't want some kind of monolithic political thing. In fact, we want to buy out politics. We can't get there through government, and business isn't allowed to get big enough. But if we could buy, and altogether buy out this bankrupt planet, we could save it, but more than that, or we could save our own money, but more than that, well, the people could get out of the way. And how do we get them out of the way? And how do we get the governments out of the way? We say simply this: our business enterprise, we the people of Earth, we will provide the safety net for the entire world, and we will share the profits with all of the people, not necessarily equally, but we will ensure that our enterprise is structured to provide justice and create a foundation for sustainable world peace. And so you have to ask yourself, what is your world worth, to see how much you need to buy of the Earth. See, the top 1,000-ish people in the planet have about $5 trillion now. That's of our GDP. Well, our GDP is $61 trillion now. Do you know 50 years ago, United States GDP, 15 trillion, a quarter of the world, but also United States debt, 15 trillion. You see, you can't build an illusion of prosperity upon debt. You must reckon with the debt. You must market to market. What better the way than to let the thing collapse? You see, they did it right in Greece. Let the bondholders take a haircut. They should have made AIG bondholders and shareholders get a haircut, and the other banks, we should have taken the medicine. But Bush did not have the cojones to take them on. We were too afraid because the banks had us by the money balls. But guess what? We're operating on Mickey Mouse funny money. And I have already articulated the best way for the best, brightest leaders to fund a plan to buy the planet is a plan to create a new money system backed by those best enterprises. And that more money system will be a profit generator. And as a profit generator, well, we deliver profits to the people. Do you know that half of the world, 3.5 billion, lives on less than $2 a day? The entire world, the half that lives on less than $3 a day, is 5 trillion of our $60 trillion GDP. Half the world shares less than 10% of its consumption income, what have you. Well, anyway, That's not sustainable. And it's not that we need to, like, rob from Peter to pay Paul. No, we must grow our world. We must grow our pie. We must expand our prosperity and not let dead pools of capital clot up at the top parts of the wealth. And it doesn't matter. Eventually, those guys, it's going to be taxed out or given back. The wealthy don't even get to use their money. So why wouldn't they call in and for the billionaires do the Buffett plan, the Gates plan actually, and that is give the people all but $1 billion and save that $1 billion for your children. But then, with no conflicts of interest, you can start running together the enterprise of Earth, because we'll trust you not to get more greedy, because you've already capped yourselves out at your $1 billion. You see, I'll gladly pay you all a fair price for your name on a grain of rice. When the world started monetizing eyeballs, this plan became possible. Now, I'm too crazy to be in the midst of this plan, but I'm not too crazy to write the story at the broad outlines, the story that I would never write in fantasy. Why? Because it's a story we must write together in reality. The day we created infinite money, I call them rainbow stars. You see, there's such a thing as a black swan, and I've counted the black swans you've seen in the last decades. When the economy went in 1960 of the United States from $1/2 trillion, that's right, $500 billion. The economy was measured in the size of an ExxonMobil on a good day, and that was the entire national economy, and now it's 15 trillion, 30 times that. And yet, we're worse off. What's going on here? What is about this monetary illusion that has us all believing in Mickey Mouse money? In God do we trust, or do we? No, I have a plan for a better bank. That's your plan, but it must be run by all people. And you know, the only ones with the real money now, because it's all coming out of debt. See, okay, the Greeks was right. Let them take the haircut. Let them all take the haircut. Why not buy back the 15 trillion in U.S. debt? Let it crash. We'll buy your treasuries back at 50 cents on the dollar. And then we'll create a global treasury. And there'll be only one global treasury. And it'll be backed by all the enterprise of nations. So guess what? There's no way that could crash. There's no place else to go. And when there's only one real new money that's traceable and trackable, and that we know where your money's going, and, well, that's some interesting things you can do when you monitor your money in virtual electronic form, in a non-verbal, in a non-paper, and non-coin, to make money, and people connect. Everybody an account, everybody a shareholder in WeThePeopleOfEARTH.biz, and everybody a stake in the Reserve Bank of the world. And guess what? We can make lots of money, grow our world. That's why they call me the prophet of prophets, or I call myself. Who knows what they'll call me, because this may never be seen, or if it is, it might be seen well after, before it's too late. Have a good day.